When bringing home a new puppy to the farm, they require some pretty extensive training. You obviously start off with obedience training, you know, like the typical sit, stay, come. They got to get to know their name. Now, not all farm dogs are alike. There's many different types of farm dogs. There are livestock guardian dogs, there are herding dogs, there's hunting dogs, so on and so forth. Now, what's very important is that each dog be treated as an individual. And this is key because not all dogs learn at the same pace, not all dogs have the same natural instincts, and it's important for you to narrow down what breed you want for your farm versus what breed you need for your farm. Now, all dogs have some kind of protective instincts, but it's very specific for livestock guardian dogs that they actually live with the livestock that they're protecting. It's almost like they become part of the flock or part of the family or part of the herd. They protect cattle, they protect poultry, they protect sheep, goats, you name it. There's a livestock guardian dog for all different types of livestock. But the key is that they don't live inside. They live outside with the animals. There's also the herding breeds. And of course, their main role is to actually herd things, like herding the cattle or herding the goats. And they're typically some type of sheepdog, although sheepdogs can also be used as livestock guardian dogs. Probably the most famous herding dog is a border collie. Collies are definitely one of the better all-round herding dogs. Then there's bird dogs, and they're like hunting dogs, you know. They're like retrievers, and they like going out with their masters and chase the birds and go collect the birds. And it's very difficult to train a hunting dog, and it's quite difficult to train a herding dog. Although they have natural instincts, it takes some extensive, prolonged training to get it right. Olive! Livestock guardian dogs are probably the easiest farm dog to train because they live with the animals. They don't need to learn potty training. You would usually choose a breed that have real natural instincts to bark, real natural instincts to fit in with the flock or herd and protect them too. Now, us here at the farm, we just have the good old-fashioned companion farm dog. Now, Molly here, she's 2 years old. She's a purebred Old English sheepdog, and she comes from the herding breeds. But honestly, we're not using her as a herding dog. We don't have any animals to herd at this time. We were just looking for a companion, for our best friend, and she loves life at the farm. Then there's little Olive here. She's also an Old English sheepdog puppy. She's only 15, 16 weeks old, and she's doing great on the farm. She was given to us by a viewer, I don't know, about a month ago, and she's just getting accustomed to us, and she's getting accustomed to the farm. And today we're going to go through some training exercises with her because she needs to start getting used to all the animals here at the farm. It's a lot of work to train a puppy. A puppy is a 24-hour job, 7 days a week. You need to be on top of discipline and on top of training. As with any dogs, it's always good to start them off with the basics, you know. Got to teach them to sit and come when you call. You got to teach them to sit and stay. They got to get to learn their name. And Olive here, she's doing great. Molly, she's already trained for all that stuff, although sometimes she decides to just not obey me. But Olive's still young, so we got to keep on training her. Every single day, I spend 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, just doing some obedience training, and you got to stay on top of it. These sheepdogs, they're quite stubborn, so they're very food motivated. I'm not a big proponent of bribing your dogs to do something, because whenever you want them to do something, they're not going to do it unless you give them food. So you don't really want that. But at the same time, food is a very useful tool in your training. Like I said, these sheepdogs are very food motivated. So my wife prepared some fresh chicken as little tiny bits so that it's easy to train. And I mean, the dogs love it. And I mean, I can probably get them to do anything with these things. Sit. Good girl. Olive, come. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Come here. Sit. It's very important not to let the dog snap the food out of your hands either. When you are deciding to use food as a motivator, you don't want the dog to and like bite your fingers off. The dog's got to do it gently. The dog has to understand that you are the one providing food. Teaching them to lie down is a whole other ball game. Sit. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Olive, lie down. Lie down. Good girl. Yes. 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 You're the best. Very important to give them that praise when they did something good. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Hey. Olive. Lie down. Hey, down here. Down here. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yes. No. 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 Good girl. Now you see how she just decided to lie down here? That's a good sign. And it's because every time she's going after the rabbit, I tell her no. Right? Right? Good girl. No. 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 Olive, no. See, it's very important that you have them on a leash when you're first introducing them to your animals, because if they're not on a leash, they're just going to go after them and chase them. You don't want that. So this leash allows me to give a little tug whenever she's getting too far, whenever she's being aggressive. See, look at her. She's backing up now. She wants to take a run at him, but I'm not letting her. So she is going to get a little bit too frustrated, and that's okay. Oh, there's a little bark. Olive, Olive, no. I always use the word no, and she understands the word no now. I use it so often. Good girl. Good girl. This is just what I do to train my dog. There's countless methods to train your dog. Now I still got her on this leash, And I mean, she still thinks that she's the boss. She can pull me. So we have to get working on the leash training also. But I mean, she's a farm dog. She doesn't go around walking in downtown of a city very often. But I don't spend too much time training her in one particular setting. Like that was the rabbits. Honestly, she needs just a few minutes just to smell the rabbits. And you know, as soon as the rabbits start running around, she would chase them. So, you know, little by little, every day, just gonna get accustomed.
Good girl. She has a natural instinct to chase, eh? Because she's a herding dog, so you gotta break that, and I don't want her chasing our chickens. So I'm just bringing her in here slowly. I got her on a leash. I have control so that she can't kill a chicken. You don't want to ever get to the point that she's actually killed the chicken, because then they might get a taste for it. Hey kiddo. Hey kiddo. See, she just got pecked by Big Red and she had no reaction. That's a good sign.
For a few minutes every day, we come into the chicken house and just hang out with the chickens. Now what gets puppies going is loud squeaky noises, because they sound like little toys, and when the chickens or the rabbits start fluttering around and running around fast, that gets the dog's attention and they want to chase it. So those are the key points to watch out for when you're training your pup. Now Molly here, she's 2 years old, and we've been training her all this time to be friendly with all the chicks, all the ducks. She's very good with all the cats. And I mean, we're hoping that Olive is going to get there someday. Olive, no. No.
Training the pup to the ducks and the geese is a lot more difficult, because the ducks always stay 20 feet away from you, and the geese are still kind of in nesting season. Come here. Stay. Okay, stay. No matter what kind of farm dog you guys have, you got to make sure you give them the right amount of training. It's very important just for general obedience, you know. And I'm not perfect. Molly's not perfect. Olive's definitely not going to be perfect.
But you can't get any cuter than these two, can ya? Either way you look at it, training a farm puppy is a lot of work. It takes a lot of patience, and you need to stick with it.
But for now, we'll just keep on plugging away. Molly's helping me train Olive, because she's a really good big sister. She's showing Olive all the ropes around the farm.
Couldn't have asked for better dogs, honestly. Olive, what are you doing? These two are amazing, and I'm sure your dogs are amazing too. If you haven't watched it already, and you're interested in checking out Olive's first day on the farm and listening to the story of how we got Olive in the first place, just click the end screen here and it'll take you right there. And don't forget to click that subscribe, folks. You'll be able to see Olive and Molly growing up on the farm, double the trouble.